Have you ever wondered why so many people earning minimum wage still struggle to escape poverty? Today, we're diving deep into the reasons behind this issue. It's not just about low pay. There's a system at play that keeps many hardworking people in a cycle of struggle. Let's break it down. The first reason is simple. Minimum wage is often too low to cover basic living costs. Many minimum wage jobs don't pay enough for workers to afford essentials like rent, food, transportation, and healthcare. These costs keep rising, but wages haven't kept up. Let's look at an example. In most places, rent alone can take up 50% or more of a minimum wage worker's income. Add utilities, groceries, and transportation, and there's barely anything left, if anything at all. Now, let's talk about transportation. Many minimum wage earners can't afford a car, so they rely on public transport. But what happens when bus schedules don't match work hours? They're late, or they spend hours commuting. This affects their productivity and sometimes even leads to job loss. The second reason is the rising cost of necessities. Food, gas, and other basic needs have become more expensive. But the minimum wage hasn't risen at the same pace. This creates what's called a wage gap. People work hard, but their money buys less and less. For example, a worker who earned enough to buy a full cart of groceries 10 years ago can barely afford half that today. This forces many people to choose between eating, paying bills, or saving for emergencies. Speaking of emergencies, here's another issue. Minimum wage workers rarely have savings. When you're barely making enough to survive, saving for the future feels impossible. One medical bill or car repair can throw their entire budget into chaos. And that's where debt comes in. When minimum wage workers can't make ends meet, they often turn to loans or credit cards to fill the gap. High interest rates make it almost impossible to pay off, creating a vicious cycle of debt. The third reason is limited opportunities for advancement. Many minimum wage jobs don't offer pathways for promotions or raises. They're stuck earning the same pay year after year, even if they work harder or gain more experience. And when they try to find better jobs, they often face barriers like lack of education, training, or time to learn new skills. Some people might say, why don't they just work more hours? The truth is, many minimum wage workers already work multiple jobs or long hours. But even then, the extra income barely makes a difference because of taxes, childcare costs, or exhaustion. And that brings us to the high cost of childcare. Many minimum wage earners are parents. Childcare can cost as much as rent, leaving families in an impossible situation. Do they work more hours and spend everything on childcare, or stay home and earn nothing? Another major factor is healthcare costs. Even with insurance, many minimum wage workers can't afford co-pays, prescriptions, or treatments. Being sick can mean missing work and losing pay, which makes everything worse. Let's not forget about discrimination and unfair treatment. Many minimum wage earners are women, people of color, or immigrants. These groups are often paid less, given fewer hours, or denied opportunities to advance. And then there are hidden costs like taxes. While everyone pays taxes, minimum wage earners feel it more because they have so little to start with. After taxes, their take-home pay can be shockingly low. All these reasons combine to create a system where it's almost impossible for minimum wage earners to get ahead. They work hard, but the odds are stacked against them. But there's hope. Change is possible. Raising the minimum wage, making childcare and healthcare affordable, and offering better training programs can help break this cycle. It starts with understanding the problem and pushing for solutions. So, next time you see someone working a minimum wage job, remember their struggles are not because they're lazy or unmotivated. It's the system that needs to change, and together, we can make a difference. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others. Let's spread awareness and make the world a better place for everyone.